Hello everyone, it's Jackie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing another Game of Thrones theory video, and this is a theory that I'm actually very excited about. This is something that I've been thinking about for a long time, but recently while I was rewatching Game of Thrones, I found some evidence to support it, and I'm really excited to show it to you guys. It was a very similar thing to what happened with my Melisandre Arya Gendry video. Once again, while I was rewatching Game of Thrones, there was something that Melisandre said that just caused me to have this epiphany. So, thank you, Melisandre. You are dropping hints all over the place. Maybe I just need to, go back and write down everything this woman has ever said, because she's been triggering some great ideas and really helping me with the theories. I have been pondering how I think Melisandre will die for a while now. We definitely know that Melisandre is going to die in Season 8 because she told Varys that she has to die in Westeros. I always thought that Melisandres' death was going to serve a greater purpose. Because Melisandre seems so at peace with her death, she's accepted it as an inevitability, and she hasn't done anything to prevent her death. So I thought that Melisandre's death would have to help in the War for the Dawn in some way, and I began to wonder if perhaps Melisandre could be Nissa Nissa. In case you don't remember, Nissa Nissa was the wife of Azor Ahai, and Azor Ahai sacrificed his wife by stabbing her in the heart with his sword to create Lightbringer. I was pondering this idea, but I didn't really have any strong evidence to support it other than my own suspicions. However, I do think I have some lines from Melisandre that could indicate that she will be sacrificed to defeat the Night King and bring the dawn. For a hot minute there, I was wondering if somehow Melisandre could actually be Nissa Nissa, like the actual figure Nissa Nissa from lore. Because of that whole reveal about Melisandre actually being really old, now I don't think that makes any sense, but I was just thinking about it for like a nanosecond just because I think there has to be some kind of payoff to Melisandre's real age. This is actually a really quick sidebar, but I think we might see the payoff of that reveal about Melisandre in Season 8. Jon told Melisandre to never come back to the North again or be hung as a murderer, so perhaps when she shows up at Winterfell, she'll be disguised as the old woman that she really is, so no one will recognize her until later when she reveals herself as Melisandre. Because when you think about it, I don't think that Jon and Davos are just going to let her back into Winterfell with open arms. I think they would probably just not be open to that unless they don't realize that she is Melisandre. Anyways, that was just a really quick sidebar. I'll get back to my main point now, I promise. I definitely think that Melisandre has known for a long time that she will have to die at some point. In her final scene with Jon and Davos in Season 6, she says that she has been ready to die for many years, but that the Lord of Light is not finished with her yet. I think this means that Melisandre has foreseen her own death and accepted it as something she has to sacrifice for the Lord of Light. Now, the first scene that I noticed while doing my rewatch was the scene with Melisandre and Jon in the elevator in Season 5. And there is something Melisandre says here that I think could prove to be important.
You're not cold, my lady.
Never. The Lord's fire lives within me, Jon Snow. Feel. Are you a virgin?
No.
Good.
So, Melisandre says in this scene that she's not cold because the Lord's fire lives within her. So, if, hypothetically, Jon were to plunge a sword into Melisandre's heart, would the Lord's fire set the sword aflame? Another scene that stood out to me was the scene where Melisandre attempts to seduce Jon, and once again, there is something she says to him in this scene that I think could prove to be important later.
Two parts of a greater whole. In our joining, there's power. Power to make life, power to make light, and power to cast shadows.
I don't think Stannis would like that very much.
Then we shouldn't tell him.
I can't.
Why?
I swore a vow.
Melisandre tells Jon that in their joining, there is the power to make life, which is, okay, duh, men and women, they can have babies, everybody knows that. Cast shadows, now we saw Melisandre made a little shadow baby with Stannis, so same thing. But what really sticks out to me is she says there's the power to make light. Now, Azor Ahai's sword that he created by plunging it into Nisa's chest was named Lightbringer. So, is Melisandre saying that when she and Jon join, they can create Lightbringer? Feel free to tell me if I'm not making any sense here, because this thought just occurred to me now, so maybe it's just complete and total crap. But if Melisandre has known that it is her destiny to be Nisa, and she thought that Stannis was Azor Ahai, and now she thinks it's Jon. Is it possible that that's why she seduced both of them, because she knows it's her destiny to be the Nisa to their Azor Ahai? I don't even know if that makes any sense, but that literally just occurred to me right now, so I figured I'd just throw it in there, you know. I've seen people say that they think Daenerys will be Nisa, and I'm just not convinced about that. One, I think it's just way too straightforward and obvious. I don't think the most literal interpretation of the prophecy is going to end up being the right one. Secondly, from a storyline perspective, it's pretty obvious from all this blatant foreshadowing that Daenerys is going to be pregnant with Jon's child, and I don't imagine that Jon would ever be okay with stabbing his pregnant wife or lover or whatever in the chest. I just don't think that he would ever consider that. I mean, I can't imagine someone would be okay with killing their wife and unborn child in one foul swoop. So I just don't think there's any chance of that happening, and Melisandre is definitely a less obvious and more interesting interpretation of this prophecy. But regardless of how Melisandre dies in the end, I think that her death will serve the Lord of Light, and I also think her death will be by fire. Melisandre said that though there are not a lot of followers of R'hllor in Westeros now, there will be. We've seen that people have performed these seemingly impossible acts through the Lord of Light, like Melisandre resurrecting Jon and Thoros of Myr resurrecting Beric Dondarrion so many times. So they are definitely deriving this power from some real source. And I think if people witness Melisandre's sacrifice, they may decide that they want to follow the Lord of Light as well, and therefore Melisandre will not die for nothing. I think after Melisandre's death, we may see this religion become a major religion in Westeros, though hopefully a version of it that does not involve burning so many people alive, because no thanks. So that is it for today, guys. Please let me know what you think about this theory and how you think Melisandre will die. Do you think there will be a Nisa roll? Do you think someone will literally be getting a sword plunged into their chest? Or do you think it'll be interpreted a different way? Please like this video if you enjoyed and subscribe to my channel for more Game of Thrones videos in the future. Also, let me know what topics you would like me to cover in regards to Game of Thrones in future videos. If there's a character or a prophecy that you would like to see me address in a video, what I think will happen with that, please let me know in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, thank you. Bye.